Hi everyone and welcome to Storytime Online. My name is Azanie and today we will be reading Giraffe and Bird Together Again by Rebecca Bender, published by Pajama Press. And if some of you might have been following my stories, you'll notice a few weeks back I recorded Giraffe and Bird by the same author. And in this book we see that Giraffe and Bird are very different, but they also have a lot in common. And so let's see what happens to our two friends in this new adventure. Now we're able to read this because we were granted access from Access Copyright on behalf of the publisher. And I'm just going to stop you here and make you look at this map here. This is the map of where our story takes place today. We have the dark forest here and the craggy mountains and the yucky muck. So if you're following along the story, you'll see these different locations. Oh, and here they are, our giraffe and our bird. When it comes to adventures, Giraffe would say, "No, thank you." He's perfectly happy right where he is. Gaze, graze, swat, flies, and repeat. Bird, on the other hand, would say, "Sign me up." He feels alive in new places. Glide, swoop, soar, explore. This shouldn't be a surprise. Giraffe eats the same thing every day and never gets tired of it. But Bird seems to have an endless appetite for new flavors. Crunch, crunch, slurp. And then munch, munch for Giraffe. Look what they're eating. Playing hide and seek. It's not hard to find Giraffe. Can you find him? He always hides in the same spot. With Bird, there's no telling where you'll find him. And look where he's hiding, in a smelly sack. One morning, Giraffe notices breakfast is quite peaceful. Where is Bird? He's probably just hunting for bugs, thinks Giraffe, chewing his greens. By afternoon, Giraffe starts to worry. What if something has happened to Bird? He decides to follow the feathers. First, the feathers take Giraffe into a dark forest. He has to watch his head. Bump, paff, dunk. Ouch. Before long, Giraffe is tangled in vines. Adventures are for the birds, he decides. Time to turn back. But what if Bird is in trouble? With a loud snort, Giraffe shakes his head and wrestles the vines until he is free. Next, the feathers lead Giraffe up a craggy mountain. Oh, remember the craggy mountain in our map at the beginning? This is where we're at in the story. We've passed the dark forest and we're going up the craggy mountain. Step after step, Giraffe climbs. His hooves slip on the rocky slope until he tumbles backwards. But this is no time to give up. What if Bird needs help? Let's see. Giraffe is determined. He leans forward, digs his hooves, and stamps all the way to the top. Pausing for breath, Giraffe looks out over the view. A shiny something gleams in the dusty plain below, and he spots a small and beaky someone next to it. I wonder who that is. Bird does need him. Quicker than he could swat a fly, Giraffe slides down the rocky slope on the other side of the peak. There in a daze, under a metal sign, slumps Bird. Relieved to see his friend, Bird wraps his feathers around Giraffe. And Bird is so happy he forgets to warn Giraffe of the yucky muck nearby. Giraffe is so happy he doesn't notice the picture on the shiny sign. Suddenly, Giraffe and Bird have a sinking feeling. Quicksand! Oh no! Tweet, 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 tweet! Everyone knows not to struggle in quicksand, so they don't. Giraffe sinks deeper and deeper and starts to despair. This is why he doesn't like adventures. Bird is worried too. When will help arrive? He stays close to Giraffe and tries to distract him. So, how did you find me? Giraffe recounts his perilous journey through the dark forest and over the craggy mountains. And as he tells his story, a strange thing happens. He begins to feel proud of himself. He stands taller and taller. Below the soft sand, he feels solid ground under his hooves. With all his might, Giraffe pushes through the yucky muck, and Bird cheers him on. Finally, out of the quicksand, Giraffe flops utterly exhausted. Bird can see his friend is pooped and ready to go home. But Bird is still full of pep, and he has an idea. More vines. Help arrives at last, and Bird puts them to work. Before long, it's time to go. Look what they're doing with the vines and the giraffe. Can you guess what they're going to do? Look! Look at what the birds are doing with Giraffe and the vines. After all of his fearless feats, Giraffe would still say that adventures are for the birds. And Bird would say no doubt, "Yep, he's right." But they make a deal. Bird will wander a little less if Giraffe will explore a little more. The end. So I hope you've liked my story today. Rebecca Bender's series with Giraffe and Bird are amazing. I would really suggest you borrow them from the library. There's so many stories to read. I hope you all have a wonderful day, everyone. Bye.